We're in April now, so that means the first 3 months of this year have already blown by. Time to take another look at the eikelowna.com visual music dashboard and see where we are 3 months into 2023. 474 gigs already, 94 more than last year at this time. Still ahead of the game compared to last year, and we'll definitely take that. 49 venues active so far, one less than at this point last year, but still more than respectable. Maybe more importantly, that's already 1/3 of all the places and spaces that hosted live music all of last year. 157 musicians and bands have already had gigs in 2023, a whopping 59 more than at this point last year, 34% of the 2022 total. 1/3 of last year's numbers, and we still have 3/4 of the year to go. Now let's drill down into some details. Jeff Piattelli is still holding down first place on the busiest artists list, but Nevaeh Dyson is now solidly in second. James Hay, Dan Tait, and Poppa Dawg round out the top 5. Shalisa Leash is in 6th. Anna Jackson and Conroy Lee Ross are tied for 7th. Joshua Smith is in 9th. And then Michael Averill, Kaylee McGuire, and Double Sharp are all tied for the 10th spot. We want to take another moment to thank you for your continuing interest in the Kelowna live music scene and for watching this video. If you'd like to support us as we endeavor to support the local music scene, please click on the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description and show us a little love. Your support is always hugely appreciated. On the band side, the top 5 include the Jeff Piattelli Trio in 1st, Don't Speak in 2nd, 13 Broken Bones and Papa Wheelie tied in 3rd, 40 Foot Fred, Lucky Monkey, and the OSO are tied for 5th. The Young'uns, Gary Saturday, the Harshmallows, and a few others fill out the top 10. The monthly gigs chart still shows that we're ahead of last year's totals, but we actually charted one less event last month than in March of 2022. Let's get back in the green moving forwards. The busiest genres pie chart echoes last month's, in that cover artists still make up the busiest genre in town, with singer-songwriters, cover bands, blues, and now jazz following the frontrunners. Still a very hip 35% of the artists and bands that have gigged in 2023 are outside of those top 5 genres. Kelowna is so not a one music rules all town. Redbird Brewing still tops the busiest venues chart, with O'Flanagan's, Copper Brewing, Barn Owl Brewing, and the Blue Gator filling out the top 5. Just shy of 400 gigs at Kelowna's craft breweries, wineries, restaurants and such, which happens to be where local musicians and bands get to earn a little cash. That dwarfs all the other live music things going on around town. The others aren't even close. Open mics are sitting at a little over 70, and concerts still account for a tiny fraction of the live music in town, just over 20 to date. Okay, gigs per day, closing the gap to last year's number, and we are still a long ways from hitting our busiest months of the year. It's all looking good for another record year post-COVID. Click on the link to the March 1st update if you want to see who was where doing what at the end of February here in Kelowna's very special music scene. You're watching this, so you already are an important part of all that's going on. You're not just making the scene, you're making it better.